There's a question we hear almost every day.
How was yesterday?
3 simple words. And yet, so many of us freeze.
Not because we didn't live yesterday.
But because we don't know how to hold it in language.
This is a conversation about memory, meaning, and the words we use to claim our own lives.
This is about talking about your yesterday.
Not perfectly.
Honestly.
Welcome.
You know what's strange? We live our entire lives one day at a time, and yet most of us struggle to simply talk about what happened yesterday.
That's actually profound when you think about it. Yesterday, just 24 hours ago, and somehow putting it into words feels harder than it should.
Exactly. And today, we're not doing a typical English lesson. We're going deeper because learning to talk about your yesterday, it's not just about grammar or vocabulary.
It's about memory, about meaning, about how we hold our own lives in language.
Welcome. I'm glad you're here with us. I'm Alex.
And I'm Jordan. We're just two people who believe that language is more than words on a page.
It's breath. It's connection. It's how we make sense of being alive.
Today, we're exploring something beautifully simple and strangely complex. How to talk about your yesterday in English. But more than that, why it matters.
Because when you can describe your day, you're not just practicing English. You're claiming your experience. You're saying, this happened. I lived this. It was real.
There's power in that.
There really is.
So let's start with something honest. When someone asks you, how was your day yesterday? What actually happens in your mind?
For most English learners, panic. Or at least hesitation.
Right, because suddenly you're translating, you're searching for words, you're worried about past tense. And in all that noise, the actual day, the real experience, it just disappears.
It does, and that's the tragedy because your yesterday wasn't complicated. You woke up, you ate something, you went somewhere, or you stayed home, you felt things, you thought things.
Simple human things.
Exactly, but somewhere between the living and the telling, we lose the thread.
So what's really happening there? Why does something so simple feel so hard?
I think we're taught to think language is about perfection, about correctness. But language, real language, is about connection.
Say more about that.
When you talk about your yesterday, you're not performing, you're sharing. And sharing doesn't require perfect grammar, it requires presence.
Presence. I love that.
Let me tell you about someone I knew. Let's call her Maya.
Okay.
Maya was learning English. She'd been studying for 3 years. Grammar bugs, apps, online courses. She could pass tests. She understood complex sentences. But she had this one problem.
What was it?
Every time someone asked her about her day in English, she would freeze. Completely freeze. And then she'd say something like, "It was fine, normal."
Closing the door.
Exactly. And one day, her conversation partner, this woman named Sarah, she asked Maya something different. She said, "What's one thing you noticed yesterday?" Just one thing.
That's a gentler question.
It was, and Maya paused. And then she said, "I saw a bird on my window."
Simple.
So simple. And Sarah said, "What kind of bird?" And Maya said, "Small, gray. It was looking at me." And Sarah smiled and said, "What did you think when it looked at you?"
That's beautiful.
And Maya, for the first time in 3 years, she actually talked. She said, "I thought maybe it was lost, or maybe it was just resting. I don't know, but I felt connected to it, like we were both just existing in the same moment."
That's not just English practice. That's poetry.
That's what I'm saying. When Sarah stopped asking for performance and started asking for truth, Maya found her voice.
Because she wasn't translating anymore.
No, she was remembering. She was feeling. And the English, it just came.
That story hits differently because I think we all do that, don't we? We think we need to have the right words before we can speak.
We do. But here's the thing. Yesterday doesn't need fancy words.
No?
No. Yesterday needs honesty. I woke up tired. I drank coffee. I walked to work. I thought about someone I miss.
Those are complete thoughts.
They're complete truths. And in English, truth is always enough.
So if someone's listening right now and they're thinking, but I don't know how to describe my yesterday in English, what would you say to them?
I'd say start with one sentence. Not a perfect sentence, just a true one.
Like what?
Yesterday, I felt tired. Or yesterday, I laughed. Or even just yesterday happened.
Yesterday happened. I mean, that's technically accurate.
It is. And you know what? That's where conversation begins. Because if you say, yesterday I felt tired, someone will ask, why? What happened?
And suddenly you're talking.
Suddenly you're talking. Not because you memorized phrases, but because you opened a door.
There's something else here, though. Something under the surface.
Tell me.
When we talk about yesterday, we're actually practicing something much bigger.
Which is
Self-awareness, memory, the ability to hold our own experience and make sense of it.
Oh, absolutely. This isn't just language. This is identity.
Right, because when you can say, yesterday I did this, you're saying, I exist. I move through time. I have a story.
And that story doesn't have to be dramatic.
No, in fact, the most beautiful stories are often the quietest ones.
Yesterday, I made tea. Yesterday, I watched the rain. Yesterday, I called my mother.
Those are poems. Those are entire worlds.
They are. And in English, or any language, those simple truths, they're what connect us.
Because everyone has a yesterday.
Everyone. And everyone's yesterday is worth talking about.
So let's get practical for a moment. If someone wants to practice this, talking about yesterday, how do they actually start?
Okay, here's what I'd recommend. At the end of today, before you go to sleep, think of 3 things.
3 things.
Just 3. Something you did, something you saw, something you felt.
So concrete, visual, emotional.
Exactly. And then, in English, out loud or in your mind, describe them. 1 sentence each.
I walked to the store. I saw a red car. I felt calm.
Perfect. That's it. That's your yesterday.
And if you do that every day,
If you do that every day, you're not just learning English. You're learning to see your life. You're becoming fluent in your own experience.
that's powerful.
It is, because language isn't separate from life. Language is life put into sound.
And when you practice talking about yesterday, you're practicing being present.
You are. You're saying, I was here. I noticed. I lived.
You know what I love about this approach?
what?
It removes the pressure because you're not trying to impress anyone. You're just reporting.
Exactly. This is what happened. No judgment, no performance.
And in that simplicity, there's freedom.
There really is. Because once you realize that talking about your day doesn't have to be perfect, you stop freezing. You stop overthinking.
You just speak.
You just speak. And speaking, real speaking, it's never about the words you don't know. It's about the truth you do know.
And everyone knows their own truth.
Everyone, even if they think they don't.
Let's go back to Maya for a second.
Okay.
What happened to her after that conversation about the bird?
She started small. Every week, she'd meet with Sarah, and Sarah would ask her the same question. What's one thing you noticed?
And
And Maya would answer. Sometimes it was big. I got a new job. Sometimes it was tiny. I saw a child laughing. But every time she practiced, not reciting, not translating, just noticing.
And her English?
It bloomed. Not because she studied harder, but because she stopped being afraid of her own voice.
That's the lesson, isn't it?
That is the lesson. Your voice is already enough. You just have to trust it.
So, if you're listening right now and you're thinking, I want to get better at talking about my yesterday in English, here's the truth.
You don't need a course. You don't need a script.
You just need to notice.
Notice your life. Notice what you did, what you saw, what you felt.
And then, in whatever English you have, simple, broken, beautiful, just say it.
Say it out loud. Say it to a friend. Say it to yourself.
Because your yesterday matters.
It does. It always has.
Before we finish, I want to leave you with one thought.
Go ahead.
Every day, you live a story. And every day, that story deserves to be told.
Even the quiet days.
Especially the quiet days. Because in the quiet moments, the tea, the rain, the bird on the window, that's where life actually happens.
And when you can talk about those moments in English or any language, you're not just practicing grammar.
You're honoring your life. You're saying, I was here. I lived. This mattered.
And it did matter. It always does.
Thank you for being here with us today.
Take care of your yesterday. It's the only one you'll ever have.
Until tomorrow gives you another.
Until then.